In today's Origin Showcase here, I'm going to be showcasing an Origin that, honestly speaking, you guys all probably expected to see coming inevitably. And this is an Origin based upon Among Us. I'm calling it the Imposter Origin. It's actually called Among Us, but hey, we're going to call it the Imposter one because that's just better for a title. Either way, this is created by the Discord user Rose from the Origins Discord server, and again, they have a profile picture of Among Us character. Like, come on, be real here. You saw this coming eventually. Either way, before we get in this video, I'd like to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button down below. We're trying to get to 100k before the end of the year, and if you help towards that goal, it'd be highly appreciated. Anyhow, just want to say a quick thing. I'm going to be live streaming around about an hour after this video comes out, so keep an eye on that. It will be in the end screen below. I'll also have in the pinned comment as well. Just go check it out. Go give us some love when we go live. Either way, let's move on. There is no description to this Origin, and it's a 1.16.5 Origin, and it's also a jar Origin. It's not a data pack. This is an actual mod itself that you have to add into your mod folder. Just for FYI, all the information you need, and there is no description. Let's get into the abilities. The first ability that I want to go through is the ability called Vent. You have the ability to vent in this Origin. Now, this one is a bit of an interesting ability just from the get-go. Essentially speaking, this allows you to phase through blocks permanently, kind of thing. From what I've noticed, there's no actual active ability. You don't get to press a button to activate an ability whatsoever. It's just permanently on, meaning that you walk up to a wall, you'll go through it. If you try to go crouch down, you'll go into the ground itself. It kind of acts like you're going into a vent, I guess, per se, but it's permanent and you phase through any and all walls, which overall, I'm not too sure if that's meant to be how it's meant to be intended, but I guess that's just the effect it is. You can just phase through the earth like it's nobody's business. The unfortunate part about this is it's supposed to also be an ability called climbing, where you have the ability to climb up any type of wall, not just ladders, but due to the fact that this vent ability is just always on, that climbing thing kind of gets negated and doesn't exist anymore, because you'll phase through the blocks before you actually start climbing it, and you can just jump up each block because you're phasing through the blocks. Anyway, moving on to the next ability, you've got Master of Webs. You navigate cobwebs perfectly and are able to climb into them. Now, this first part of this ability is completely defunct by the vent being on always, but when you hit an enemy in melee, they actually get stuck in cobwebs for a while. Non-arthropods stuck in cobwebs are able to be sensed by you, and you're able to craft cobwebs via string. Overall, it's a pretty cool ability, considering the fact that you can craft cobwebs. It's actually pretty useful to have them sitting around your house and base and a bit like that, so you can see animals around you that are walking into them, as well as other potential players that may be nearby. The enemy gets stuck in a cobweb for a while when you hit them, it doesn't exactly seem to happen too often. It's like a very low often thing. It happens every like 10 seconds, and it's not really too effective when it comes down to this thing. So overall, I feel like that part of the ability is a bit meh, but seeing people who are in webs as well as being able to craft them is pretty cool. Either way, moving into your neutral ability, you are red, because red is sus. I mean, I'm pretty sure you would already understand what this means. Your character just got a very heavy tint of red to it. Anyway, moving into the cons, you've got Fragile. You have 3 less hearts than the health of the average Minecraft player. Essentially speaking, it says what it does in the tin. You just have 3 less hearts than normal, overall making you a little bit weaker and more susceptible to damage. And moving on into the last negative, you have Unwieldy. The way your hands are formed provide no way of holding a shield upright, meaning that you lack the capability of actually using a shield whatsoever. Overall, this is about your average type of Origin. It's not exactly the greatest thing in the world, it's not the worst thing in the world, it's about average, and it does take a lot from previous Origins that I have covered beforehand, and it is a bit on the overpowered side as it lacks a lot of balancing just because of the lack amount of abilities it actually has. Either way, as I said before, I'm going to be streaming a little later today. Just make sure to keep an eye out on that one. It'll be roughly about an hour after this video drops, and I'll probably stream for a handful of hours. Either way, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button, and I want to give a massive thank you to my members, my $10 member 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, and my $5 member Just Dino and Alina Azu. But either way, until next time guys, goodbye.